got to the end and I was so damn confused because I didn't know who these characters were. If I have my books here, I'm never gonna leave this place.
My bangs are not doing so well. I haven't trained them properly. Please try to ignore that. Welcome to a quarantine vlog. Hi, happy Monday, everybody. Today I just got the news that the stay-at-home order has officially been extended to the end of May. Not sure if in California, but for sure in Santa Clara County, which is where I live, which, don't get me wrong, I'm extremely grateful for it. But I am also a human being who has been locked in her apartment for well over a month at this point, and it's starting to drive me up the wall a little bit, not gonna lie. I wanted to do a reading vlog, and also I feel like this is going to give me an excuse to get ready in the morning, which is something I very much need right now. Even though today I did very light makeup and my bangs are not listening to me and I only braided my hair, but you know what? It gives me a reason to like do something other than like look like a fodonga all day. I am still wearing sweats though, I'm not that desperate to wear jeans again. Anyway, reading vlog, reading plans. Not sure yet. I only have two. Let me grab them. If you watch my recent wrap up, I did a little bit of a TBR in there where I basically talk about two books, one of which I started very briefly. I haven't kept reading or listening to much of it because yesterday was my little brother's birthday and we celebrated. I ordered him like his favorite like Mexican sushi. It was fun. It was great. We just spent time with him and stuff, so I obviously didn't really read, but I did start listening to House Moving Castle again, which is one of my favorites. The movie's still my favorite, but I've been really wanting to reread the book, so I started listening to the audiobook, The Flatshare by Beth, which is a adult contemporary romance that follows two people who share a flat, but they never see each other because they work opposing schedules. So even though they share a flat, they share a bed, literally. They never actually meet each other, and I think they end up falling in love through like little notes that they leave each other in their apartment. And that's kind of like my plan. I do really want to read a historical romance book just because those always put me in a good mood and I find myself flying through them. Here, I'll show you guys what I have borrowed on my Hoopla real quick. Oh, I ended up borrowing a lot of like Agatha Christie books. I think after watching Knives Out, I really wanted like a classic mystery, and I think Agatha Christie is like the queen of that. So I borrowed A Mysterious Affair at Styles, which is the first Hercule Poirot. I took French in high school, but I never continued it because my pronunciation is not great. And then I also borrowed The Murder at the Vicarage, which is the first in the Miss Marple series. So I have those two. My Darling Duke by Stacy Reid, which I'm very excited about because I remember reading something by Stacy Reid and I really enjoyed it. I can't remember what it was right now. This is one that has really great reviews. Miss Catherine Danvers, there you go. She has always been a wallflower, but I guess her family finds themselves in like financial straits, and in order to help her sisters get married, she lies about being engaged to this like reclusive duke who doesn't really show up at like functions or anything, and she becomes the belle of the ball, except obviously her plan goes awry because the duke ends up showing up, and I think they end up playing along, so I think it's like a fake romance kind of thing, which very much what I'm into. Those are my top options for this week. What else do I have? I have a reread about one of my favorite ones. I love Tessa Dare, and I borrowed this again just because I really want to reread it. It's A Week to Be Wicked. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. These covers, oh man. But yeah, that's kind of it. Oh, I got A Soul in Darkness by Wendy Higgins, which is a retelling of Psyche and Cupid. So also very excited for that one. Not sure if I'm going to get to it this week though, but that's one of the options that I have. Those are the books that I have planned on maybe possibly reading this week, but as we all know, I switch around a lot, so we'll see how that goes. You're gonna let me read?
Not record me when I'm sucking on my fingers.
Please take Animal Crossing and go. I need to read.
May the fourth be with you.
Your hair.
Sexy.
What?
We started like 5 minutes ago. Oh, I don't know. These are original. The 2 plates is throwing every single person off. Duck back, and then the sergeants are coming out that they went on vacation. I'm hoping to come back. You take the blade out, and it has this little connector piece that comes with the blade, and if it starts breaking up a little bit.
Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Quick update on yesterday because I wasn't able to update anything last night. So I did finish Howl's Moving Castle last night. Loved it. I mean, I don't really know what else I could say about this because it is a reread. If you are a fan of the movie, I really recommend that you read this. If you want something that's like super fast-paced and fun, I highly recommend this because as I was reading, I completely forgot how fast-paced this is. Like, I was flying through it and it felt really short, even though it wasn't really, I mean, I was listening to it at like double speed and stuff. But yeah, it was just super fun, super fast. I love dramatic Howl. He's a drama queen and I love him so much. It is a little bit different from the movie, obviously, even though this is the source material, but I really love both of them. I'm not gonna lie, although the movie is my favorite in my heart forever and always. Top 5 in my favorite movies of all time. That movie's just good for my soul and I love it so much. But the book is also really fun. I'm tempted now to read the 3rd book in the series because this is kind of a series, I think. But the 3rd book is the one that goes back to Howl and Sophie. But they're kind of like supporting characters in that one, I think. I don't think they're the main characters in that one, but I am tempted to go back. But I haven't really heard anyone say anything about it, so let me know if you think it's worth. I did end up putting it on my wish list for Overdrive, so we'll see how that goes. If I end up reading it or not, if it becomes available, I don't know. I love Sophie and Howl and I want to read more about them, but like I said, that book doesn't really feature them. If you've read it, let me know. I'm interested, I'm curious. I really enjoyed it. What else can I say? It's a reread. As for what I'm gonna read today, I'm not entirely sure, honestly. I was thinking maybe a historical romance because my anxiety is acting up a little bit today. My dad actually went back to work today. His job has officially been deemed essential, which partially, like, you know, we're very grateful for because, you know, he has his job that he can go back to, but also this means that both my parents now are working and it's kind of nerve-wracking, especially because like I'm still at home. So because of that, I really want something that's gonna distract me. And my go-to lately has been historical romances. I'm thinking of listening to My Darling Duke by Stacy Reid. I think that's what I'm gonna go for. I feel like I can fly through this really quickly. Yeah, like I said, just historical romances are my go-to for when I'm feeling a little bit anxious. They're really fun, honestly. I really enjoy historical romances, so I think I'm gonna go for that one. I have to cook and clean and stuff like that, obviously, except right now my little brother's in school, so I'm kind of like staying in my room while he does that. I think that's my plan for today. I'll let you guys know if anything changes, like if I end up changing my mind, I want to read something else. I'm gonna go buy my spicy noodles. Oh yeah, Malu, that's the one that she eats, and I'm like, oh no. Comadre, love yourself.
That's what all the restaurants use. I'm like, trash. Look at yourself.
Frijoles, hay tortillas, right? Oh, wait, my noodles. I think just the carne, no?
Huh?
Let's go get the meat. El casero. Oh. So quick update. It's about to be 7 and I look great. I ended up actually taking a nap pretty much right after I cooked. Like, I made dinner, which was frijoles, which is beans with pork in green chili sauce with nopales. Like, we haven't had that in a while, and I decided to make it today. Right after that, pretty much, I came into my room and I laid down for a little bit and I kind of passed out, and I took a really long nap, which is why I'm wearing my glasses now, because my contacts dried out. I haven't really read anything, and actually I want to like physically read a book, so I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna get started on Flatshare because I don't have the audiobook for this anymore. I think I'm gonna start reading this, and I'll save the what is it, my darling Duke for tomorrow probably. I'm gonna see how much I can read of this. I'm feeling a little bit energized and I'm feeling a little bit better actually after my nap, so you know, I'm gonna get started on this. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm having a bit of a late start today because I finished the Flatshare last night, and I did not really mean to. I was really enjoying it. Oh, by the way, TLDR, loved it. One of my new favorites. Oh my god, I did not think I was gonna like it so much. At first, it felt a little slow. By the time I read 100 pages, it didn't feel like I'd made much of a dent in the book because it's almost 400 pages and the text is pretty small, so it didn't feel like I was getting a lot done. I was enjoying it, but it didn't feel like I was going through it very quickly. Oh my god, I don't know what happened, but something turned and then I ended up reading the whole thing. Like, before I knew it, it was like almost 4 in the morning and I had finished it, and I loved it so much. It wasn't really what I was expecting. I think I expected more like more of an emphasis on the romance aspect, which, don't get me wrong, it was great. I really enjoyed it, although I will say in the beginning I was worried because Leon did have a girlfriend in the beginning. By the way, this might have like a few like minor spoilery bits, like not full-on spoilers. I'm gonna try not to spoil specifically a lot of the stuff, but I do have a few things that I want to talk about which can maybe be spoilers, so just a heads up on that. Leon did start out this with a girlfriend, which was very concerning because I didn't want it to go into like the realm of like emotional cheating. However, I don't think it was. Obviously it was very apparent, like as usually it is with whenever they start out in relationships, the relationship isn't the best, but it wasn't like the reason they broke up was because of Tiffy. It was its own separate thing, and then that kind of developed. And also this takes place well over like around a year. It does show like a passing of time and certain things happen. Just, I really loved it, even though I was a little like not put off, but it like, oh my god, I feel like I'm all over the place with this. Leon and Tiffy, oh my god. Leon, is it Leon? I absolutely adore them individually and together. Let's see, what else can I say before I get into the more emotional bits. The emphasis on this wasn't as romance focused as I initially thought it was going to be kind of going into it, because honestly like they don't really meet each other even to like maybe around half of the book. Before that, you get to see like the development of their relationship through notes, and you get to see them kind of open up and become friends first, which, as I've mentioned I think before, that's one of my favorite. It's like a little bonus addition to all the tropes that I love when there is like a little mid-stop in the romance section when they become friends before like becoming anything else. I love that. Because the emphasis on the romance wasn't as well, I don't want to say that because obviously their relationship is a big aspect in the book, but it wasn't like the main aspect of, or I don't know how to explain it. Basically the main character, or one of the main characters, Tiffy, is dealing with some stuff, and I think that was the main emphasis of it. Was kind of like her journey and Leon's journey with his brother. Tiffy pretty much is dealing with the aftermath of ending an emotionally abusive relationship. The thing that I really I was gonna say enjoyed, but it's not so much enjoyed. It's something that I haven't seen depicted before when it comes to like emotional abuse in any genre really that I've ever seen, kind of the effects of emotional abuse on a person, because I think pretty early on in the book it's pretty apparent to us as the readers that she was in an emotionally abusive relationship. It's apparent kind of from even the way she talks about certain things that she then kind of tries to talk herself out of. You get to see the reaction of her friends as well, which is very telling. Like, to us, we're like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. However, Tiffy herself doesn't really realize that she was in an emotionally abusive relationship until later on in the book. Like I said, it's not something that I've seen done before, but I think it's something that is very real. Because when you have been kind of emotionally abused and gaslighted and manipulated for years, I think for this, she was with her ex-boyfriend for like 2 years, I think she said, your mind tricks you. She mentions like having kind of like memory issues, and then she was like, no, but like all these things were great. Like, yeah, there were some things made me not comfortable, but no, everything was great because of this, this, and this. And you get to see her not only come to that realization, but kind of like deal with the trauma of it as well. It was nice and kind of enlightening and eye-opening to see someone deal with the trauma right from the beginning. But I like that, one, her friends are incredible. I love the friendship element to this. Her friends are absolutely amazing. I love them. Their support was just incredible. Leon's support too. Also, I love that it shows that she is actively kind of like trying to break her mentality of it, because like I said, when you have been emotionally gaslighted for years, you have like certain gut reactions to certain things, and it showed kind of like her effort of actively trying to break down her own way of thinking. And it also showed that she went to therapy and like a therapist and stuff like that, which was A+. I also really liked that you got to see her personality through everything, because I think sometimes there can at times be this almost like a caricature of a person who is dealing with mental health issues, where they kind of are their mental health issues, if that makes sense. And this, I love that Tiffy was still very much herself. She was still bubbly, she was still kind of strange, but she would have the moments where like her trauma would manifest itself and she would kind of like pull back a little, and it did affect her, but she was dealing with it and it didn't become her. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Like, she was still very much herself, she was just dealing with what happened in her life. So much of this book I thought was done so well, and like I said, it does deal with heavy subjects, but it was still so engaging and you just fell in love with the characters. I feel like I'm making it sound very heavy, but it wasn't. Like, that was the thing too. It did deal with these heavy subjects and you didn't really get like a steamy romance out of it or anything like that. It's not anything like that. It was just a beautiful like romantic relationship that grew, but still had like these elements, these like more serious elements tied into it, where you get to see the character growth and the characters deal with these situations. Like I said, it was just beautiful. I don't know if I'm doing it justice, honestly, like describing it the way that I am, but I just really loved it. Also, apparently her new book is officially out in the UK, which means I can officially order it on the book depository, because I don't think it's gonna be out in the US until like fall, until the fall season. I'm excited for her next one. I think it's about like this grandma, I think it's like, yeah, the grandma and the granddaughter kind of switch places, not in like a Freaky Friday kind of way, but they literally like, one of them moves to like a seaside cabin or something like that, and then the other one ends up moving to London, and then they live in each other's space for, I don't know, it was something like that. I remember. I think it's called The Switch. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna try to read it. This book affected me a lot. It was great. I highly recommend it, and I hope it made sense and I gave it justice so you can feel enticed to try it out. I don't know. I feel like maybe it didn't make any sense. Okay, that's it. I'll check back in with you guys later once I decide what I'm gonna read. I had a giant headache. I had like the worst headache I've had in a while. So I ended up taking some Advil and sleeping it off. But now it's like 10 and I'm hungry. So
Hello. Can't waste anything. Shut up. Chill. Jesse, are you fat?
Fuck you. Yes.
Shut up.
Where'd you put the ladder? Or the stairs, I mean? Apparently, I'm the only one who can pay for this stuff. Wow, taking donation.
Yes,
You have 270? Did you donate 270? And also, why is it on me to pay the other 197?
1,000? You wanna know something that's crazy?
You can't pay, you just choose not to.
I accidentally, not accidentally, I just paid off my debt.
I haven't even paid off my house yet.
Which one are you on? Your second room?
I'm in the third room, so.
You're still paying that one off?
Yeah, because
I
I've
ain't
been
gonna pay
paying
that
for
one.
fucking
Yeah,
inclines
that's
and
the one.
bridges.
I just paid off. I had 400,000. I couldn't pay for it. Hey, that's my gift. That's my present for in Animal Crossing for me. Thank you.
You couldn't have said that before I spent the 40,000 I just spent. I can't see your hand on this. So what are you doing?
How much you want to bet?
What, the reflection in my glasses?
Yeah. I got you later when you're editing.
Yo, do you got chubby cheeks? Or maybe you want a facelift? Maybe you want to look like this. Contour is the answer. Real weird, starting to look like a different person. You're doing it right. Now we're gonna highlight.
Same. So if somebody, let's say, who didn't have, who had like a longer face like me.
I think it keeps falling down, and I've just gotta fix it.
Maybe.
This mirror, I never.
Focus. Oh god, maybe don't focus. I'm trying to figure out what I could listen to while I cook really quickly. Oh, my sleeping schedule's so messed up right now. I'm like, ugh. Okay, I don't know what I want to read. I'll decide later. Right now I'm between Murder at the Vicarage, which is Agatha Christie Ms. Marple #1, or My Darling Duke, which is historical romance. I feel like they're very opposite of each other, and I don't know which of the two I might do. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, and decide. So I had a bit of change of plans yesterday because I ended up having to do a few like impromptu workshops for work, and then after I was done with that I pretty much just played Animal Crossing to unwind, so I didn't really get any reading done. And then today I was going to listen to My Darling Duke, which I feel like I've said that so often this vlog. I swear I will get that damn book read by the end of tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day I'm filming for this vlog, and we'll read that book tomorrow. But I can't listen to it today because I actually let my brother borrow my AirPods because he works at a grocery store. Lord knows he needs those AirPods more than I do. I only have an audiobook copy of that book. I am very clearly not gonna listen to that out loud with like my parents and my my younger brother home, because I am very much in the mood for like a historical romance. Like I really do want a fun historical romance right now. I have these two options, which I think I talked about. I've been talking about these for a while, unless I talked about them in like the vlogs that I ended up scrapping and not uploading, but no, I'm pretty sure I did talk about it in a video. Anyway, it's these two. I have physical copies of these. I don't have audiobook copies of these, so I figure right now is the best time to read either, or I just haven't decided which. I can't decide because it's like basically fake relationship turned real, which is my favorite, or fairy tale retelling, which is also my favorite. But yeah, that's kind of the update for now. I cooked, I cleaned, I took a shower, I did everything that I had to do so that I could leave all afternoon open to reading, because I'm gonna try to squeeze as many books as I can before the end of tomorrow. Should I try to read both of these? I feel like I can. If I really push myself, I can. When I would work like 12-hour days, like I could read 2.5 of these a day. So I feel like it's doable, but also like I was listening to audiobooks, and audiobooks really do make a difference. I don't know. I might try to read both. We'll see what happens. It's a mystery to us both. So I'm about like halfway through the book roughly, right? It's like I have like some issues with it. Like it's not the best I've read, it's not the worst, it's definitely not the worst I've read, but it's like teetering, I don't know, maybe like 3.5 to 4 stars so far, right? I'm only halfway through the book. If I have to read one more time about this man getting an erection anytime he spends more than 1 minute alone with this girl, oh my god, this is good, I'm enjoying it, whatever, and then it's like That's like it's pointing right at me and it's not, but like it feels like it is. Okay, I have like 100 pages left and this is the most I can take. It's past 11 and I'll just finish it tomorrow because oh my god. Yellow shadow is something I've wanted. Yellow blush is something I've wanted to try for a while. Oh lord. Okay, it's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Will it make me look like I have jaundice? Probably. Yeah. It just looks like I got punched in the face and it's finally healing. The internet lied to me. Yellow eyeshadow doesn't look good. Maybe it's because I'm also wearing like a yellow shirt. Oh, okay, I'm gonna try to save this. I'll be back. Let me try a little harder. Now that that ordeal is over, it doesn't look great, but I worked too hard on this for me to take it off right away. So I'm gonna be living with yellow blush for the rest of the day. This is what it is gonna be. I really wanted it to work. Oh well, where's my book? I need like 100 more pages of this. Oh my god, where do I even begin? I think I filmed a clip of me saying this earlier, but it bears repeating. The first 100 or so pages of this, I was about to chuck this damn book out the damn window. There could only be so many times when you read this man getting a freaking boner every time she's in the room. Spend like a minute together, and this man is already like, it would have been fine if it didn't happen like every 3 pages. And yes, maybe I'm exaggerating, but you know what? At the time, that's what it felt like. Okay, I could not wait until they just like finally like banged it out, like just get it over with. And it wasn't even like a good sexual tension kind of a thing, you know, when sometimes it's like things are happening and then you're just like, yeah, I want them to get together, they deserve to get together, they deserve to be happy, they deserve to like, you know, make each other happy, if you know what I mean. But no, this one was like a frustrating one where to the point where I was just like, oh my god, I wish you two would just to like get it over with. By the way, this is gonna be full of spoilers because I just have a lot of feelings and a lot of thoughts and a lot of complaints about this book, just be warned. But like when they finally do bang it out, because they end up getting married like maybe halfway through the book, you think that would fix some things, right? Get some of their frustrations out, make them like fall in love with each other a little bit more, because very clearly they kind of are very into each other at this point. They're just very stubborn about it and they don't accept it. Again, normally this is something that I don't mind. There's even like a misunderstanding portion of it, which like I know a lot of people have issues with like misunderstandings, setting them apart or whatever. I personally don't mind it. I think it's like kind of a staple of the genre, and if it's done well, I don't mind it because I feel like it does give like a certain sense of like angst. You're just like, oh no, there's like this obstacle that's standing between them, but it's their own dumbass selves kind of standing between their happiness, and it's like it can get annoying sometimes, but I have patience for it. I don't hate it. This book, same thing with like the stiffness problem, let's say. Once that's finally resolved, it's like, oh lord, every 3 episodes it's like, I love you, I want to bang you, I want to bang it out, but then at the same time, oh no, I'm not deserving of you. And that would be fine. Like I said, it increases the angst. I don't hate it. It's fine when it's not done every 3 freaking pages. I was to the point where like, I think I filmed this also. It was like 11 o'clock. Okay, I wasn't even that tired really. And it just got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish this tomorrow because, oh my bad, because like I just can't take this. Part of me was going to DNF this because I'm not opposed to DNFing books that frustrate me. The problem is that I actually like these characters. I'm rooting for these characters. So I can't give it up because I want to know what happens, but I just wish it wasn't so damn repetitive. Everything is so repetitive and I'm just like, oh my god, just shut up already. Point is, it's frustrating, it's repetitive, but goddamn, I still want to know what happens. So am I gonna finish reading the 100 pages? Yes, I'm gonna finish reading the 100 pages because I want to know what happens. I might skim a few, I'm not gonna lie, but I need to know how these 2 idiots end up. I finished it, it's done, and I mean honestly pretty much the same thing that I mentioned earlier. There was more of that in the last 100 pages, and if anything there was even more of it, to the point where like really the climax felt so incredibly anticlimactic, just because I feel like we finally got to a point where I was like, okay, you're finally moving forward, great. And then of course we moved like 10 steps back, and then 2 pages later it was resolved. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just glad it's over, honestly. And I'm giving it 3 stars out of 5. Why? Because I really like the characters. Despite it all, I really like the characters. Yes, I will read the second book, which follows her sister, because I'm intrigued by the story of the sister, but also she does a really good job at writing the characters, as annoying and frustrating as they are. Okay, yes, the boner came back. It was there, present, all the time. It was just, whatever. I'm glad it's over. If you're confused why I'm giving it 3 stars when I feel like this, it just is what it is, okay? Maybe I'll lower it later. I'm a sucker for characters, and if I like the characters, I can forgive a lot, even though it's giving me like, you know, a major meltdown. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway, I'm gonna start reading My Darling Duke by Stacy Reid now. Hopefully that'll be a lot better, and hopefully that'll put me in a better mood, because oh lord, this has exhausted me. Happy Sunday, guys. Happy end of the week. Happy end of this vlog. If you've made it this far, thank you. I just quickly kind of want to wrap up the week. I did actually finish My Darling Duke yesterday. I did the smart thing that I've been meaning to do, but I ended up just getting too caught up and not actually doing. I was playing Animal Crossing while I listened to it pretty much until like 2 in the morning. It was great. I enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 3, I'm thinking maybe like 3.5 stars, honestly. It's like a 3.5 that's closer to 4 than it is to 3, if that makes sense. I didn't realize that it was kind of another kind of like Beauty and the Beast-esque retelling, but I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I didn't completely love it, but I am very intrigued by the rest of the Wallflowers, because this is going to be a series that follows a group of friends who are Wallflowers, and they're out to make something of themselves, basically, because they've gotten sick of being on the sidelines. And I'm very, very intrigued. As far as I know, we still don't know who the next book is going to be about, and I am curious about all of them at this point, honestly. So I'm very excited. And that's it, guys. That's it for this vlog. I had a pretty good reading week, I would think. I was hoping to read a little bit more, but honestly, considering everything that I have to do at home and everything that's kind of been going on, and how my anxiety kind of it had its moments, I think I did really well, and I really enjoyed the books that I read. And yeah, it was fun. I missed doing this, and I'm glad that I stuck around and actually finished an entire vlog. I'm really trying not to like extend this so much, because this video is already pretty long. So like I said, if you stuck around, thank you. You're the best. Sorry about my brother, he's playing video games with his friend. Okay, so all of that to say, that is going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any recommendations, suggestions, comments, anything, let me know down below, and I will see you guys next time.